I'm Dr. Maureen Craig, and I am going to be leading the yoga class this evening. And tonight's class, we are going to focus on the breath leading the movement, as well as a little bit of work on the shoulders and a little strengthening. I did bring out some 1-pound weights. You do not have to use weights, but if you're used to using weights with your arms, you may choose to go up to 5 pounds, but not more than that. So might choose no weight or 1 or 2 pounds, but the most would be 5. All right, let's begin with our pranayama or our breath practice. Find a comfortable seat in your chair. I have my seat on top of a mat so that my feet have traction. And the back of the chair, the heels of the chair, are just over the mat, giving me just a little space in front of the mat. All right, you want to have a comfortable seat and have your back a little bit away from the chair so that you're using your own back body to support your posture. And just feel that tallness in your spine. You might even think, I have like a string coming right up through my spine, through the top of my head, holding me in a very upright position. Then when you're ready, closing your eyes or lowering your gaze, just bringing your attention to the breath. The breath is so precious. It can help us at any time to unwind a bit of stress. Take a nice full breath in, and then a slow, long exhale. Continuing this kind of a little deeper breath and a little longer exhale, I'm going to share the words of meditation teacher Thich Nhat Hanh. He writes, as I inhale, I notice I am breathing in. On the out breath, I notice I am breathing out. On the in breath, I notice my breath is deep. On the out breath, I notice my breath is slow. On the in breath, I calm my body and my mind. On the out breath, I am at ease. On the in breath, I smile. On the out breath, I release. On the in breath, I find my way back to the present moment. On the out breath, this is a wonderful moment. In, out, deep, slow, calm, ease, smile, release, present moment, wonderful moment. Letting go of the focus on the breath now. And just bring your attention over your heart and check in with your emotional body in this moment. Just inquiring, how am I doing? And how can I care for what I find? Lengthen up through the spine and gently let the right ear drop to the right shoulder and the chin roll down towards the chest, lengthening out the back of the neck. Left ear over left shoulder, then gently roll the chin back down again. Settling at the base and just exploring any part of the back of the neck that might need a little more attention. Roll your shoulders forward up towards your ears and then drop them down the back. Do a couple shoulder rolls and just let those shoulder blades really land on your back body. Exhaling and sliding them down. Then bring your attention to the tip of your nose and gently draw the infinity sign with your nose. Very gentle here. This is like the figure 8 on its side. And just lubricate some of those tiny little cervical spine. And breathing here. Inhale as you slide up. Exhale as you come across and down. Let the breath lead the movement. One more cycle. And then coming to stillness, bringing the palms of the hands together and feeling the pressure between the palms. Shoulder blades down, inhale, reaching up, and let the thumbs come back and down as you spread across the heart, open the heart, and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Beautiful. Now I'm going to scoot over on my chair just a little bit so my hand can rest on the edge of the chair, and I'm pushing my palm into the chair as I'm reaching up with the other hand. So kind of a bi-directional movement, pushing firmly into the mat or into the chair as you reach. And then we're going to switch sides. So gently moving over to this side, press the palm in and reaching up. Reaching up. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. And then we're going to come back into the center of the chair. Use your hand on the side of the chair to hold it and lengthen through the head, and then just gently bending the neck away. So we're letting the space in the cervical spine as you hold on with your arm and let the top of the head lean a little to the side. Inhale and switch over to the other side. This can be a great thing to do when you're at your desk and your neck is bothering you. Gives you a lot of space in the cervical spine. Why don't we do that one more time on each side? Gently leaning away. Beautiful. And again on this side. And you might even nod your head just a little bit if you're looking for exploring the sensations there. Great. Coming back up to seated now. Reach your arms forward and then let your thumbs come back, okay? With the breath here now, exhaling slowly all the way in. Inhale out, a count to 4. So a little bit faster going out and then slowly exhale. You can even bring your hands to prayer if you wish. Inhale, open. Exhale, slow. Inhale, open. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, slow. 2 more times. Inhale, open. Exhale, nice and slow. When we lengthen out the exhales, it helps calm the nervous system. Another method of working with the breath to work with our experience. Inhale, reach the arms a little bit forward and up. Exhale, bring the left hand to the right knee and then sweep that right arm wide, nice and open in the twist. Not further than is comfortable using your muscles, so not wrenching yourself, but just a gentle opening. Inhale, reach the arms a little up and forward. Exhale, sweep it open. Nice rotation of the spine to the other side. Inhale through center. Exhale, come to the other side. Reach that back arm up and we're going to gently fold forward. So keep the back body active as you fold and drop the hand perhaps to the inside of the leg. Reaching forward in that gentle twist. Inhale, and the arms come up and a little forward. Exhale, hand to the opposite knee. Sweep open in the rotation. Then lift the back arm up, slowly folding. Option for your hand to go down between your legs and reaching forward. Beautiful. All right. Now let's take our arms, and we're going to punch across. So you can place one hand on your knee and then take the other arm and twist and punch. Place a hand on the knee, exhale, twist and punch. So feel that energy coming from your core, from your breath, right around the navel. Exhale, inhale here, exhale as you twist. Exhale and exhale. Now let's open the hand as you do it. So as you come forward, punch and open, spread those fingers. Beautiful. Come across and spread the hand. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Twice more each side. One more. And again. Coming back to center, feeling that tallness. Let your arms go wide. Exhale and crisscross the hands to the shoulders. Open and switch the one on top. Twice more, opening. Feel the shoulder blades squeezing. Exhale. A gentle hug. Inhale, open and switch. Very good. Hands on the knees, a little cat-cow. Warming up the spine. And now we're going to come to standing. So move your hips a little bit forward on the chair. Heels are right underneath the knees. We're wanting to get ready to, in fact, maybe even just a little behind the knee, but basically right underneath the knee. Now I want you to think about how you're going to get up. This exercise from sit to stand, I would encourage that you do this 20 to 30 times a day. It really helps strengthen these muscles in the legs, and you want to be strong all the way down to the point of the seat and all the way up to standing. So different ways that you can do this. You can push off of your chair and just lift yourself up like this. You can bring your arms out in front of you and lift up like that. Or probably most challenging would be to bring your arms across your chest and then stand. Okay, so you choose which direction you're going to go. And then let's find our breath here. Exhale here. Inhale as you push into the heels, lift and squeeze the glutes and breathe. Exhale down. Inhale up. We won't do 20 today. We'll just do 5 or 6 of these. Inhale up and down. Breathe it up and down. Now let's switch the arm that's on top and we'll do 3 more. Lift it up and down. Breathe and down. Last one, squeeze those glutes as you unfold the hips. There we go. All right, beautiful. We've made it to standing. Now I want you to take your chair and place it more towards the one end of your mat. And we're going to actually start with the back of the chair facing us for a chair dog. Chair dog is one of those exercises that really helps you stretch out your back body. And it feels really beautiful, I think, to the back. So place your hands on the chair, the back of the chair. Make sure it's sturdy. Walk your feet back, and your feet should land right underneath your hips. And then depending on the mobility of your shoulders, you're going to watch your ears perhaps between your biceps, but think long. I'm going to make a nice long energy between where my hands are resting on the chair and my tailbone. So see if you can get nice and long there, even if you're not getting your ears between the biceps. Don't worry about that. So keep pulling the tailbone back. Find the breath in the body and explore this stretch in a way that you're wanting to find what feels good. So you might pull one hip back a little and then the other. You might lift up out of it and drop your shoulders just a little and your ears just a little. Just exploring that, and then bring your attention to the low belly, and let's take a few breaths here. Fill the belly with a big breath. Exhale, scoop the navel up into the spine. Inhale, fill. Exhale, scoop it up. One more big breath here. Exhale, scoop it in. Now lift yourself up a little and step forward with one foot. The other foot is back in kind of a lunge. Drop that back heel. We're going to take a calf stretch here. So that foot is in alignment with the mat, and you let that heel come down just to get a nice stretch in that calf. Okay, and you can actually roll through the sole of the foot as well, coming up onto the big toe a little bit. Just think of it as a bit of a massage when you move your muscles here. And then we're going to switch sides. Bring the right foot forward, or the opposite foot, whichever one you didn't have forward, and then bring the other foot back. And take a moment to drop that heel towards the mat, roll it up. And again, we're just exploring the stretch in the sole of the foot, the toe, up into the calf, just seeing how that feels and wanting it to feel a bit like a massage. Okay, then stepping back up to the chair. Now we'll flip our chair around and we'll take the seat of the chair. So we're going to come into our cat-cow motion here. Plant your hands on the chair. If your wrists are a little bit sensitive, you can actually drop your fingers over the edge of the chair. And now your feet will be right underneath the hips. Think of your spine being like a table, your back body. And now we're going to do cat-cow. So inhale, looking a bit forward and lifting the tailbone. Exhale, push the spine up towards the sky. That's called Marjarasana, or cat pose. Inhale, you might even soften your knees, let the tailbone lift a little and the gaze. Exhale, push the spine up. Now you start exploring. Feel into your body, use the breath. Exhale, spine up. Inhale, let the tummy drop a little bit, tailbone up, back and forth. See what feels good. And then you might also just push the ribs out to one side and then the other, playing a little bit with that. Now we're going to move to balance table. With balance table, what we're going to do is we're going to place our right hand right in the center of the chair, and then you're going to push your right leg straight back. Option to lift that left hand, thumb to the sky. Feel the length from fingertip to heel. And if you don't feel very steady there, you can keep both hands on the chair if you want to, okay? Your choice here. Breathing with a little lift. Exhale, scoop the belly in. 2 more breaths. 1 more. And release. Now we'll take that to the other side. Plant the left hand more towards the center of the mat, of the chair, and push your left heel back straight behind you. Feel that spine get nice and long. Option for the right thumb towards the sky. Your gaze is pretty much down at the mat because you want your neck to be long and comfortable. Breathing here. 2 more breaths. Lengthen out. And bring that foot down. Walk your feet up and lift yourself up. So this posture of a balanced table is one of my favorite postures because it is so powerful and accessible for most people to strengthen their back body. So I really encourage you to take that almost every day. All right, and I think of, and I'm forgetting his name, but the guy who is the expert on the back, and he actually uses this version of bird dog, you know, where you do a balanced table and then draw your knee and elbow together as what he considers important for the back to practice every day. Let's go ahead and come into a bit of a chair. So I'm going to stand here at an angle, let your hips and knees bend a little, and we're going to bring our arms in airplane behind us and just squeeze those hands like you're clapping behind you together. And then sweep them up as you squeeze your glutes. Very important to squeeze your glutes so your front of your hips are open and the spine, the low spine is supported. And then you can bring your arms up or into cactus if that is better for your shoulders. So pay attention to your shoulders. Some people are uncomfortable with their arms straight up, then just drop them, elbows to the shoulder level, and open across the heart. Keep that glute squeezed. Anytime you're working to put something up on a shelf and your arms are going over your head, always protect the low back by squeezing the glutes, okay? And now we're going to drop back into our chair, hands behind, clapping, and then lift it up, squeeze the glutes, shine the heart, and again clapping, and lift it up, squeeze the bottom, and shine the heart. Okay, now is the time that it is optional to use your weights. And I just have 1 pound weights, nothing really strong, heavy I should say, but this can sometimes add just a little bit more to strengthen your arms. If you're going to do this practice, you know, as something that you're going to progress with, then sometimes you might start with no weight and then slowly add in a pound more each week. All right, so find yourself coming into a bit of a chair. So your knees are bent and your hips. You don't have to be deeply bent. It's kind of up to you, but make sure that your heels are firmly pressed into the mat and pretty much in line with your hip points. That's those bony spots on the front of your hips. Let the heels settle and then push apart a little bit. Bring the hands behind you. We're going to do a little bit of tricep kickback, okay? So the tricep is the back of the arm. Exhale it out. Inhale up, exhale back. The heart is a little lifted and kick it back. There we go. Let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand for a breath. Come back into your squat. Hands behind you in that clapping fashion. And we'll clap for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come on up. Take a breath. Come on down. And now we're going to be out at 45 degrees and lifting out behind you like airplane wings. Okay? So for 5, 4, exhale into the work. 3, 2, last one. And stand for a cleansing breath. Now we're going to come with the arms out to the side. And if you'd rather stand here, now it's fine to stand. You don't have to be in your squat. Lift the arms out to the side, not higher than the shoulders. Bring them down. And as you lift the arms out, think shoulder blades coming down the back, okay? For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Nice. Now we're going to move to the front, okay? And again, your choice. If you want a little more work for the legs, bring yourself into that squat. Come at an angle so you can see me. We're bringing our arms out at 45 here, lifting. Lift, like you're lifting something really super long out in front of you. The shoulder blades come down. Take it for 5 more. And 4, 3, 2, don't lift too high, just to the level of the shoulder, not higher. 1. Okay, cleansing breath. Last one is our bicep curl. So just bring the curl in, turn the hands and push it out. Bring it in, lower it down. Bicep curl, push it forward. Bring it in, lower it down. We'll do 3 more. And down. 2 more. Curl and punch. Pull it in, drop it. Curl and punch. Pull it in and drop it. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and set our weights off to the side if you were using those, and we'll come back to a little practice with our chair. At this point, I'm going to have the heels of the chair behind the mat, so I have room in front of the mat for me to move my legs, okay? So our first motion is going to be called a runner's lunge. So placing your hand on the back of the chair, step your foot in front of the chair. It'll be parallel with the long edge of your mat. Place your hand on the seat of the chair and step back with the other foot. And the back heel will be lifted, okay? So this is called runner's lunge, and the knee will be right over the heel, okay? So choosing how low this is going to be for you, you want to just feel into that stretch a little bit. Feel the strengthening, and you may want to challenge yourself and say, you know what, even though I have the chair here, I want to see if I can do this without the chair. Then you go ahead and test that out a little bit, okay? So first in runner's lunge, find your breath. Lift the heart. One more breath. Now I'm going to ask you to bring that elbow down to the chair, or you can just keep your hand on the chair, whichever one is available to you. If you get your elbow down or your hand down, either one, bring the other hand up towards the sky. Your heart is turning towards this knee, okay? Now notice your back knee. Can you draw that kneecap up? Keep your spine long and breathing here. Exhale right here. Bring the hand down. Now the next move we're going to take, so that's a twist. So runner's lunge twist. Now we're going to straighten this knee. Just keep a little micro bend in that knee so it's comfortable. But draw that hip back and you start to lengthen the back of that leg. Keep your spine and your back active as you float the heart towards the knee. Just a little micro bend here, okay? Explore bringing your mind inside of your body so you can feel stretching and breathing. Now let's move between these two a little bit, coming into your runner's lunge, option for twisting. And bring the hand down and draw back to your pyramid. Exhale. Inhale forward. Exhale, twist. Inhale into the lunge. Exhale, draw the hip back, float the heart. All right, let's take these moves on the other side. Step the foot forward as you're leaning on the chair, and we'll come over to the other side. So same moves here. Put your foot in front of the chair. The other foot comes back into your lunge and just get yourself settled there. Try and make sure that both feet are on the mat. I can see my foot is just about off the mat, but I want your feet to be stable when you're taking the practice. Okay, maybe exploring the twist. Inhale into the lunge. Exhale into pyramid. Inhale, lunge. Just keep that knee directly over the ankle. Exhale, twist. And you can stay in any one of these positions if you're feeling like you're working with just the lunge and not wanting to twist or pyramid. No worries, just stay right there. We'll take about 3 more breaths here, finding your way through this little flow between the lunge and pyramid and the twist. And then when you're done, stepping forward, bringing yourself back to standing. And then we're going to move our chair forward so that the front feet are over the mat. Because we're going to work behind the chair now. All right, so we did a little runner's lunge and pyramid, which are great postures. Now we're going to use the back of the chair, and we're going to go ahead and step forward, and the back foot is going to be in a lunge. So again, 2 lanes of traffic. So think of your hips are forward facing. The front knee is over the ankle. So we're still in that lunge position, but rather than our hand on the chair, now our hand is on the back. Feel the heart lifting up and the glutes are engaged. Option to bring one hand up or in cactus, or if it's okay for you, bring both hands into cactus. Taking our runner's lunge here. Next, we're going to move into warrior one. I do encourage during the movement that you keep your hands on the chair. Your back heel is going to drop down now and your toes are out to 2 o'clock on the back foot. Still, the hips are forward facing. Warrior one. Again, option for arms up or off the cactus. Keep the glutes engaged and your heart lifted. Breathing here. One more breath. And then if it's available to you, you can again keep your hand on the chair, but if it's available to you, bring your hands behind your sacrum. We're just going to start folding here to the inside of that leg. And this might be a better option for you to keep your hand on the chair as you fold. Bring your heart down a little bit. Let the head bow just a bit. And then lifting up, and we're going to turn towards the long edge of the mat, stepping to a 3/4 stride. And you can keep your chair in front of you. In my case, I'm going to move my chair out of the way here because I want you to see what I'm doing. Now, I don't have a big spread on my knees. Please honor your body. You want your knees and your toes to be in alignment. So don't turn your feet and then your knees are leaning in. You want your toes and knees in alignment, okay? So spread them a little bit so your hips can lower down. This is our goddess squat, okay? Bring your elbows up to approximately your shoulders, whatever's comfortable for you. Lean into those heels, push them apart. Keep the knees pressing apart. If you need a break, lift up and then come back down, okay? Now, option to put your fingertips right behind the ears. Try and keep your elbows wide, and we're going to lift the heel or not. You can leave your heels down, but if you're looking for a little fun here, you can lift your heel, then drop the elbow towards the knee. Inhale here, exhale, elbow to knee. 5 times. 3 more. 2. Last one. Coming up, bring the heel down, lower the hips, and then lift them up. All right, we made it. Okay, we'll take ourselves now on the other side. Bring that chair into position. We'll now bring that other foot forward and take our lunge on this side. Feeling the 2 lanes of traffic. Heart is lifted, hips lowering, knee over the ankle. Bring the one hand up or possibly both hands up or in cactus. Keep the glutes engaged to keep the low back safe. Breathing here. Then bring your hand behind you and exhale and fold to the inside of that leg. Option to let the neck release just a bit. Then rising up, we're coming into that goddess squat again. Again, I'm going to take and move my chair off, but I want you to keep the chair in front of you for support, okay? Now, heart is lifted. Option to bring your fingertips behind your ears and lift the other foot. So we're going to come up on the ball of the foot there. Exhale, dip that elbow towards the knee. So this really engages all those muscles in the core. Exhale it down for 3 more. 2. 1 more. Coming up, drop the heel, bring the hips down, and zip up out of the water. Beautiful. Okay, those are challenging moves, so I want you to take what you've worked on and just kind of build on that as you go through your week trying these little squats. All right, we'll bring our chair back to the center here and we'll take just a little different flow. This is now with the hips side facing, okay? And we step 1 foot forward, the other foot back. The forward foot is going to be pointing to the short edge of the mat, the back toes to the long edge of the mat, and they're essentially in 1 lane of traffic. These are our warrior poses, and that means that my hips are no longer forward facing, they're actually more side facing, okay? So just notice that that front knee is going to be over the ankle. Feel the lift in your heart. Option to bring your arms out. One hand can rest on the chair if that's better for you. This is our warrior two pose. And just reach out long through those fingertips. Feel the back body drawing the shoulder blades together. Your gaze is over the front hand. Take a breath and exhale. One more breath and exhale. Bring your hands to the chair and draw that hip back. We're going to come into Trikonasana now. So as that front hip is drawing back, you'll feel the back of the leg lengthening, and your hand can go to the inside of the calf or the thigh. Avoid the knee. And then the other hand, so feel your heart turning to the side. The other shoulder is stacked above it. Now you can keep that hand on the chair, or you can lift that hand up. Okay, depends on your balance. Another option is to place that bottom hand on the chair, and then you can lift your hand up with a little more support. 2 breaths here in Trikonasana or triangle posture. And then slowly transition hands on chair, warrior two, 2 breaths. Hands on the chair, come back to Trikonasana. 2 breaths, and then transition back to warrior two, last time. Now, if you need a break, step up and take a break now. Otherwise, we'll bring our elbow right to the knee. This is called extended side angle. I'm using my bottom hand to hold the chair. The top hand goes up over the ear. So just imagine that back heel. There's a line of energy that goes right through my fingertips, okay? Pay attention to your shoulder. If it doesn't feel good for your shoulder, bring the hand down. That's fine too. Roll the shoulder open. And then we're going to take reverse or peaceful warrior. So sweep that hand up. Now, anytime that hand goes up, engage those glutes, okay? Hand up, back hand slides down gently to the inside of the thigh or stays on the chair. Breathe here for 2 breaths. Gently bring yourself back, extended side angle. Couple breaths. Sweep it over, peaceful warrior. Hands on the chair and step back to standing, cleansing breath. How are you doing? Those were intense poses. We're going to take them on the other side. Please honor your experience. This is never a competition. We always say that competition is the thief of joy. So we want our practice to be joyful. So feel that smile rising inside of you and enjoying your movement. All right, so coming now with the other foot forward, coming into our almost lunge position, but the back toes now are pointed to the short edge of the mat, or the long edge of the mat, sorry. And that lets our hips turn towards the side. All right, coming into our warrior two posture. Couple breaths here. One thing I like to do is engage the pelvic floor. That's really helpful in this at this time, and you can have your hands on the chair or out, whichever works for you. And we're going to draw that hip back as you straighten that knee, a little micro bend in it, and then slide into your Trikonasana. And keep your hand on the chair if you wish. Keep the neck comfortable and long. Back to warrior two, hand on the chair as you move. Couple breaths here. And then Trikonasana. Couple breaths there. Warrior two, last time. 2 breaths. Bring that elbow to the knee. Keep the knee over the ankle. I like to hold on with my bottom hand onto the chair. Top hand can come up over the ear or straight up, whatever is comfortable for your shoulder, or bring it to the hip. Couple breaths here. And then we're going to sweep back to peaceful warrior. Engage the glutes. Extended side angle. And back to our peaceful warrior. Hands on the chair and step back to standing. Setting your chair aside for a moment. All right, we're going to do climbing the ladder. So you can imagine the rungs of a ladder. So reaching up with one hand to whatever degree is right for your shoulders, so you don't have to reach real high. Exhale, bring that elbow towards the knee. Other side. There we go. With the exhale, inhale as you reach. Exhale as you bring it down. Four more. 3, 2, and 1. Great job. And we're going to do a little bit of what we call conductor swinging. So your feet are turned out just slightly because we're going to come down into a bit of a squat here, that goddess squat posture. So reach the arms first. The glutes are engaged and the arms come out in front of you like you're conducting the orchestra. Exhale, you're bowing now to the audience. Knees and hips are a little soft. Gaze is down. Hands are back and behind you. Inhale, sweep it up. Engage the glutes. Lift the heart. Exhale, sweep it down and bow. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, sweep it down. Inhale up. Exhale, let those hips lower. Last time, squeeze it up, lift, and release. All right, we'll come back to our chair. Bring it right here to the center of the mat. I'm putting the heels behind the mat, giving me a little space in front to work. And we're going to engage in a little bit of core practice, okay? So don't sit completely back on your mat, on your chair. Sit a little bit forward. And then you're going to let your back be strong. And then lean back, keeping the heart lifted, just to the point where you can touch your shoulders on the back of the chair. And breathe with that. Always exhaling into the work. Inhale forward. You can reach your arms forward for a counterweight. That can be helpful. Keep the heart lifted. Inhale forward. Exhale, leaning back. We'll take 3 more. 2. 1 more. Now we're going to march. So bring your spine up straight. Lift one foot and then the other. Feel the core engaging when you do that? That's cool how that happens, isn't it? All right, we're just marching here and breathe with it. Use the breath to power up your movement. One more time, each side. And then bring your feet to stillness. We're going to go ahead and cage those ears with our fingertips, okay? Keep the heart lifted. Now there's going to be 2 options here. One is you can bring the elbow towards the knee, keeping the feet on the ground. So just using the muscles in the torso to twist and dip. Okay? Or you can also lift the knee a little and bring it towards the elbow. And you can try out both and see which one feels like it's engaging in a way that's working for you. Try to keep the elbows wide. So you're turning the torso instead of bringing the elbow in, okay? Okay, 3 more. 2. Last one. Very good. Bring your hands down to your knees, feet about hip distance apart, and let's take a little cat-cow here. So lifting the heart, exhale, push the spine back and up. Inhale, lift. And exhale, push it back. We're going to unwind just a little bit here at the end of our practice before we come to Shavasana. And Shavasana, I consider to be our most important pose. It's the pose where we really rest. All right, let your hands come on your knees. It's so important to understand the importance of intensity of the practice and then the counterpoint of rest. If you look at almost all human experiences, we have this kind of wave of awake and asleep, the heart contracting and relaxing. So breathing in, breathing out. It's always this counterplay. So I think of yoga in the same way. We have an intensity of movement and muscle engagement and breath engagement. And then Shavasana is the counterpoint, the unwinding. Hands on the knees. Feel the heart lift and slowly fold forward. Inhale, press on the knees, lifting up. Exhale, folding forward. Slide your one hand down between the knees over the legs and let the other hand rise up as much as is good for you, or just the shoulder rolling open. And then switching to the other side, hand on the knee, bring the other hand down between the legs and roll the heart in the opposite direction. And bring yourself back, hands on knees, coming back to a seated posture. Then we'll gently breath in. Exhale, rotate the spine and heart towards one side. Inhale, coming through center. Exhale, gentle rotation to the other side. Back through center. Exhale and rotate. Inhale through center. And exhale, rotate. Not always sure how much you can hear in my neighborhood, but sometimes we have, like there, a nice loud motorcycle engine going by, and sometimes it's helicopters in the sky. I always try and encourage myself to say, this is a moment of waking up, and let me try and settle my attention back into my practice. All right, so we've done a little bit of twisting there, and I'd like to work a little bit on the hamstrings. So bring your hands behind the leg, lift it up, and then point the toe forward so you get a little bit of a stretch, maybe even push through the heel, then the toe, heel, and then toe. And then bring that heel in and then push it out again, toe, heel, heel, toe. And then kick it back in. Take the other leg, hands under the thigh, bring it in towards the chest, and lengthen it out through the toe, the heel. Kind of straighten the knee a bit. And then bring that thigh up to the chest and release. Hands forward, sunshine fingers, roll your wrists. And a little bit of a forearm stretch here. And then the other side. Spread the fingers in sunshine and wiggle like blades of grass. Nice tight fist. And release. All right, it's time to move into Shavasana, our final resting posture. Go ahead and stand up, and this is actually a choice. Now, you can stay in your seat if you wish. I'm going to show you waterfall, which is my favorite for Shavasana. But if getting down on the floor seems like it's too much for you for this, then you can also find a bed or couch that might work for you to unwind. So whatever position you're choosing for Shavasana, you want to make sure you have the option of letting go, okay? So the muscles should be able to really release. So bringing your feet up into the chair if you're going to take waterfall with me. And just unwinding your body onto the mat. Push the skull into the surface below you so your shoulders can roll under a bit. And then find the breath in the body. And soften across the face, the eyes, and the jaw. You can rest here as long as you wish, finding the breath to help you settle. Breathing in, I notice I am breathing in. Breathing out, I notice I am breathing out. Breathing in, I notice my breath has become deep. Breathing out, I notice my breath has become slow. Breathing in, I calm my body and my mind. Breathing out, I am at ease. Breathing in, I invite a smile. Breathing out, I release. Breathing in, I have come back to the present moment. Breathing out, this is a wonderful moment. In, out, deep, slow, calm, ease, smile, release. Present moment, wonderful moment. Resting on your breath now for a few breaths. Welcoming yourself home. Home to your breath. Home to your beautiful body. And begin to drink in a little more breath. Feeling the coolness of the breath fill the lungs and touch the diaphragm. Remembering you can continue to rest here or begin to find a little movement in your body. Circles with the ankles or wrists. Taking a stretch if you wish. Practicing how to be patient with our bodies that hold our lives. This vessel holds your life. If you're ready, feel free to come to a seated posture to join me in closing our practice time together. I invite you to bring your hands in front of your heart. Bring your attention right now to the breath over your heart. Thank you for sharing practice with me. May you continue to find this practice to help build your peace in your life, presence in your life. Om Shanti, Namaste. Thank you, friends. So appreciate you practicing together with me. If you enjoy the yoga and would like to have more practices while we're not live, then you can always go to maureen.yoga and see many more recorded practices to take anytime.